Good morning, Amington Heath, and this morning I've got a story for our children, maybe in Key Stage 1, maybe in early years. This is a book that everybody loves, and it's called Zog and the Flying Doctor. As I'm reading it, I want you to see how many mythical creatures come into the story. Meet the Flying Doctors, a dragon knight and girl. Their names are Gadabout the Great and Zog and Princess Pearl. Can you see them? There's Zog, Gadabout the Great and Princess Pearl. Who's the mythical creature there? Yeah, Zog, of course. I think he's a dragon, isn't he? Pearl gives people medicine and pills and vaccinations, and Gadabout is expert at performing operations. Zog is good at flying, though not quite so good at landing, but Gadabout and Princess Pearl are always understanding. Flying high one morning, they heard a mermaid wail. "I'm sunburnt and it hurts," she cried, and swished her scaly tail. See, she's all pink. Bang, crash, thump, they landed. The mermaid's skin was red. Pearl rubbed in some special cream. "And wear this hat," she said. "Thank you," said the mermaid, and she waved a fond goodbye as the team of flying doctors sped away into the sky. As the sun rose higher, they saw a unicorn. He pawed the ground and whinnied, "I've grown an extra horn." See, he's got 2 horns instead of 1. Bang, crash, thump, they landed. "I'll help you," said the knight, and he cut the horn off gently to the unicorn's delight. "Thank you," said the unicorn, "for taking so much care," and the team of flying doctors sped away into the air. Halfway through the afternoon, they heard a lion sneeze. "I've caught the flu," the lion roared. "Can someone help me, please?" And to see him, there he is, the lion. Doesn't look very happy, does he? Bang, crash, thump, they landed, and Pearl said, "Take this pill, and do keep warm. It's terribly important when you're ill." But the lion's cave was chilly, so Zog said, "Fetch some wood," and he breathed out lots of flames until the fire burnt bright and good. "Thank you," roared the lion. "I'm feeling nice and warm." Then the team of flying doctors sped away into the storm. As evening fell, they saw a great big palace down below. "My uncle's house," said Princess Pearl. "Let's go and say hello." Bang, crash, thump, they landed. Pearl's uncle was the king. He didn't say hello. Instead, he said, "You naughty thing! Where have you been?" he thundered. "You look an awful mess. What's happened to your crown, and where's your pretty frilly dress?" "But, uncle, can't you see that I'm a doctor now?" said Pearl. The king replied, "Princesses can't be doctors, silly girl." He told his men to seize her and to lock her up inside. Princess Pearl was furious. She stamped and stormed and cried. Weeks went by, and Princess Pearl spent many weary hours sewing pretty cushions and arranging pretty flowers. The others tried to rescue her with all their might and main, but they simply couldn't manage. All their efforts were in vain. Each night they flew to visit her and perched upon her sill, and one dark night she told them that the king had fallen ill. The king grew worse. His head was sore, his arms and legs felt weak. His skin had turned bright orange, and he found it hard to speak. He called a lot of doctors, a new one every day. He croaked, "What is this illness?" But they simply couldn't say. You see him in bed, looking very poorly, orange. They didn't know the answer, but Pearl was pretty sure. It looks like orange fever, and she read about the cure. Grated horn of unicorn, a mighty lion's sneeze, some mermaid scales, a little slime, and 1/2 pound of cheese. She told the others what to get, and "Do be very quick, my uncle could be dying, he looks extremely sick." Away flew Zog and Gadabout. They reached the lion's den. Bang, crash, thump, they landed. He sneezed for them, and then they flew back to the forest, where the grateful unicorn was very pleased to give them his unwanted sawn-off horn. Back to the mermaid's rock they flew. She gladly gave some scales, and her sea snail friends allowed them to collect their slimy trails. Zog said, I'm exhausted, but he flew and flew until, bang crushed them, they landed on the bedroom windowsill. Princess Pearl said, Thank you for the scales, the slime, the sneeze and the horn, which then she grated up with 1/2 pound of cheese. She tiptoed to her uncle's room. The king lay in his bed. She held a spoonful to his mouth. Now open wide, she said. After just one spoonful, her uncle felt much stronger, and after spoonful 2, he wasn't orange any longer. After spoonful 3, the king was dancing with delight. Princesses can be doctors. You are absolutely right. I'm sorry that I locked you up. Of course you must go free. But do come back to visit me and bring your friends for tea. Hooray! Cried Princess Pearl, and out she ran to join the other two. Then off into the sunset sped the Flying Doctor crew. There we are. And that is a beautiful story from Julia Donaldson, which is published by Scholastic, which have let us share it with you on our YouTube channel. So I asked you to see if you could tell me how many mythical creatures we came across in the story. Who did we meet first? Well, there was Zog and Princess Pearl and Sir Gadabout. We said that Zog is a mythical creature because dragons don't really exist, do they? But who did we meet next? We met a mermaid. Are mermaids mythical creatures? Yeah, that's right, they are. They don't really exist. Then we met a unicorn with 2 horns. Are unicorns mythical creatures? That's right, yes they are. And then we met a lion. Is the lion a mythical creature? No, they're not, are they? Because lions do really exist. We see lions in the zoos and they live in Africa. So those are real creatures. They're not mythical creatures. Then we went to the castle where we met the king. Is the king a mythical creature? No, kings are humans, aren't they? They're real. And we met a few other characters in the castle, some of the people who helped the king. They were all humans too. So how many mythical creatures did we meet? Can you remember? There was Zog, there was the mermaid, there was the unicorn. So we had 3 mythical creatures. Well done. Now, in the story, there was a moral. A moral is a message of something we can learn from our story. And the person in our story that learned something was the king. What was it that he learned from Princess Pearl? What do you think? I'll give you a clue. When he went to the castle, when Princess Pearl went to the castle the first time, before she was locked away, her father said to her, princesses can't be doctors. Do you remember? She said, but uncle, can't you see that I'm a doctor now? Said Pearl. The king replied, princesses can't be doctors. Silly girl. What did the king learn by the end of the story? That's right, he learned that princesses could be doctors and that girls can be doctors. And it's not all about pretty dresses and ranging flowers. And he did say, princesses can be doctors. You were absolutely right. I'm sorry that I locked you up. Of course you must go free, but do come back to visit me and bring your friends with tea. So the moral of the story was that girls can be doctors and princesses can be doctors, which is a really lovely moral. Now I'm going to see one more question for you, and I'm going to see if you can spot a rhyming word. So I'm going to pick a little bit from the story, and see if you can put the missing word in for me. Which bit I'm going to pick, because this is a rhyming story all the way through. So I'm going to do this page. So I'm going to read the first sentence and a bit of the second sentence and see if you can work out what word would come at the end. So it's from, I'm going to cover the words, I'm going to show you this picture, give you a clue. Okay. It says, bang, crash, thump, they landed, and Pearl said, take this pill and do keep warm. That's terribly important when you're... What word goes there? Bang, crash, thump, they landed, and Pearl said, take this pill and do keep warm. It's very important when you're... ill. That's right. Pill and ill rhyme. I'm going to do one more for you because you were so good at that one. So, what about this one? This one's a trickier one. It's from this page when they were getting the ingredients. They didn't know the answer, but Pearl was pretty sure it looks like orange fever, and she read about the... They didn't know the answer, but Pearl was pretty sure it looks like orange fever, and she read about the cure, sure, and cure rhyme. Well done. Right, I'm going to leave you there, but that was Zog and the Flying Doctor. And if you wanted to watch this story again, it was on TV at Christmas in an animated version, and you can probably find that on YouTube or iPlayer if you have a look. Might even link it to our Facebook page for you. But lovely to see you all, and I will see you again next week with our assembly and maybe another story. Take care.